I love the smell of cut grass in the morning. And here you see we have a lovely, lovely landscape. And here, beautiful, beautiful home, nice decking, lots of plants, great, windows and skylights and everything on a southern exposure. So I have a great surprise for you. And you know that I've been interviewing folks this season, with all the hiker activity and everything, and gee whiz, and I've met a few celebrities. I remember the Ridge Runner, Devo, who happens to be on the cover of the Thru-Hiker Companion this year, 2012. Well, I've really got a great surprise for you now. Okay, another hint. Well, you got it. That's a blueberry bush. No, that's a blueberry farm. And now we are going to interview the caretakers of this lovely place. We got a butterfly there. I just caught my eye. I wonder what it's doing. Could it be just nibbling on the sweet juices? How would it do that? How curious. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And there's a very fruitful. I was asking them, but what about the birds? And they say they have so many blueberries the birds can't eat them all. And that's just amazing. We have at the vineyard, Skydog Wine in New York, we have a problem with birds. I guess they just have so many blueberries that they just birds are like, oh, another blueberry? Not another blueberry, dear. Can we try something else? But oops. Blueberries. Let's go meet the people. And here, our surprise guests. Greetings. I want to, Roy, introduce yourselves.
Okay, yeah, I'm Roy, and then this is Marilyn, the cookie lady.
The cookie lady, and there it is, folks. You're quite famous in the hiker community, Marilyn. And how did this all start? I'm really curious.
Well, we moved here 25 years ago. And I had read a story about a woman who lived down in, it's a house on the corner of West Branch, which you crossed, and she had made cookies in the 50s. Mm-hmm. She probably had 50 hikers a year.
Yeah.
So I started making cookies, and once you start making cookies, you don't stop.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was kind of continuing a tradition, but it wasn't a tradition that had lasted too long.
Okay. And now how long have you been making cookies for hikers? I remember reading.
About 20 years.
About 20 years now, because I remember reading a book about the Barefoot Sisters, and they mentioned you, and I remember a couple of other books that I have read that have mentioned you as well. So when I was coming up from the south, I was like, well, I have to stop and meet the cookie lady. And here you are. You have quite the green thumb, and this is a wonderful piece of property here. It's about 20 acres.
About 20 acres.
About 20 acres. And that's a lot of work. That keeps you busy, eh, Roy, in Maryland?
We heat with wood.
And you heat with wood.
So it's a lot of cutting.
Mm-hmm. And I see did you build this home?
Yes, we did.
You did. And so a lot of thought went into the southern exposure with the windows and the insulation, right?
So it's super insulated.
And now earlier you had mentioned that you burn about 4 cords.
Not more than that.
Not more. That's pretty good. For Massachusetts, I mean, you get some cold weather up here, and a long winter, and 4 cords of wood. That's pretty good. That's a little. I think, to me, in Oregon, I was burning about 8 to 10 cords of wood a year.
Well, this house is super insulated.
right?
The walls and
And so when you built it to last. And I guess that's a benefit of designing and building your own home. You know, that, so much care can go into it that way. And that it's,
cut down the fuel consumption.
and well, exactly. So that's excellent. And I want to take the time right now and thank you so much for your efforts and what you do for hikers. And your cookies are amazing.
Oh, thank you.
So, do you have any? What are some of your grandest? Do you have a great hiker story, or any memories that come to mind that make you laugh, or that touch your heart?
There are a few. There was a family about, I don't know, 8 years ago, and the whole family hiked the trail, and there were 5 kids and
they call themselves the family of 7.
The family. I wonder if that's the same family that the Barefoot Sisters that hiked with and talked.
It would have been about the same time.
Okay, because in their book, I think in their first book, they talk about the family. But go ahead.
Yeah, the family came, and the father and mother sat down, and the 5 kids did everything. They had a big tent.
Okay.
Everybody stayed in the tent.
In the same tent.
And
Okay.
The kids did the cooking. The kids did the cleanup. The kids did everything. And as far as we know, they finished. And because one of the sons came back about 3 years later, and so the family had, done the whole trail. But that's very unusual. The youngest person I remember was a 9-year-old.
A 9-year-old.
Yeah, and I have no reason to believe that he didn't finish. And then, of course, the story this year is of the 12-year-old who's going to do the 3 trail. She did the PCT last year. She's finished with the AT. And next year it's the Continental.
The Continental, and then she'll be the Triple Crown, or maybe the youngest person to have hiked. Yeah, a little redhead, you said?
Yeah.
Well, I guess she'll be on the cover of Backpacker magazine here for sure. I guarantee it.
And then the last year, the woman broke the record.
I met her.
Oh, did you?
Well, I saw her. I saw her. Yes, I was hiking last year as well, and she broke. Yeah, she's from Asheville, North Carolina, and Roy had said that her parents, I believe, and her husband.
Her husband and her friend were here.
Okay.
But we never saw her.
Oh, no, huh? Oh, yes, yeah. She goes flying by. I saw her. She passed me. I just so happened to show up at a road crossing where her resupply was waiting for her.
Uh-huh.
And they were drilling me with all the questions about water and the trail. How well the trail was and blowdowns and things like that, and I went about my way, and there she was. She come out, and then somebody told me later who it was.
Oh, you didn't know?
And well, they had told me that she was trying to break the record, and then somebody emailed me from Asheville and said that that she broke the record, and I was like, I met her.
Yeah, people were funny. They said, oh, she has very long legs. And we thought, she has a lot more than long legs.
Yeah, you need a strong back too. But I think more about that. You need a strong mind. It can be very challenging, not only physically but mentally, when you're in the storms, and that's why it's always great to come to a place like this. This is, I call this one of the mental health havens where you can come and really get grounded again, and being around kind people, and off the trail even for moments, with some fresh baked cookies, really does a body good. For me anyways, in my experience, it's nice, these short breaks, a day break, whatever it takes, and just and feel human again, because out there it can be a little rough, between the weather and the bugs and the heat and the cold, depending, of course.
Yeah, in the summertime we see a lot of hikers that are drenched.
Mm-hmm.
This year they were very dry.
Yeah, it was a dry, hot, across the country. I was, the 2 fellas yesterday that bought eggs, the 2 brothers from Iowa.
Yeah.
Says hi. You know, they camped with us last night, so they wanted to make.
They were neat. They well, I grew up in Iowa.
Yeah, he
and
said.
So Roy had phoned me and said they needed a ride, so I went to Cheringham to pick them up, and they were so we went to Iowa State. So
they went to Iowa State.
I don't know if some of them have gone to Iowa State, and so they live in the general Des Moines, Ankeny area. So we could talk about Iowa.
Oh yes,
But they were nice brothers. They were interesting.
Yeah,
And one of them was in the corn breeding industry.
Okay.
And so I don't know if you noticed, but he was really burned. And he said that he was sunburned because he'd been out in the cornfields for a long time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so he works with the manipulation of a better corn breed. You think? I was asking him about because of the drought.
Yeah.
And he was talking about 20% loss this year.
Oh, I'm surprised
in the crops.
It's that low. He said, my daughter lives in Indiana, and she said the corn was 1.5 feet tall.
Oh my gosh.
He said they hadn't done Indiana and Illinois yet.
And in Nebraska, they still have that aquifer, so they'll probably be okay, I imagine. But I saw a crop of corn in southern Pennsylvania before Damascus, and not Damascus. Where am I thinking? Wherever that town was in Pennsylvania, the corn wasn't looking too great there either. So you've been doing this for 20 years, and and it's amazing. It's amazing. You touch so many people. So many people talk about y'all and your hospitality, up and down the trail. You're a living legend, I have to say, in the hiker community. You're up there with Bob Peoples.
It's really interesting. That cookie means so much to people. It's only a cookie.
But as a hiker, I have to say, you become really grounded with the simple things in life. Hiking, all you have is what's on your back, and you're hiking days, sometimes days on end before you hit a town, especially down in the south. And it's the simple things: a cookie, just a cookie, an ice cold soda. It means the world to you, and it's like there's nothing like it. And so, and it really helps ground you into the simplicity of life. And sometimes, in the big towns and cities, we just get so overwhelmed with everything so available for you, 24/7. And out backpacking, it is not. And so when you come to these treats, it really is truly special. And thank you. And thank you for doing your part, because you really do touch a lot of lives. And I was looking forward to coming here myself and meeting you, and both of you. And it was a wonderful experience. And you have such a great spread. I love your blueberries. I imagine you make a blueberry cookie, right?
Well, we often send the blueberries down to the next shelter.
Do you?
Upper Goose Pond.
Oh, you do? Oh, really? Oh, for their pancakes. Well, I have to say we didn't have them a couple of days ago, but yeah, they weren't. I'm sorry.
Just not looking at it.
Yeah. It's a bit late in the season, but yeah, there's an awful lot of blueberries on the bushes. It's more than the birds can handle, I guess, which is pretty fascinating. As itself, because I help oversee a vineyard in New York City, Skydog Wine, and we have to cover our grapes with netting, and the birds still get in there, and they'll eat every grape. So I was a little.
Then you have trouble getting them out.
And then they can get in, but they sure have a hard time getting out. And then we have to catch them and release them and all of these things. But what a beautiful place you have here, and I just want to thank you again, for everything that you do for hikers. And it was a pleasure and an honor to meet you. Thank you so much. I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome.